Hey there folks, John here from Biddy Kong's Quest, and this one's a little impromptu. As you can see, we're in my office at work. Normally we do things, it's a little more produced, there's a little bit more professionalism that goes into it. But Nintendo just made an announcement, and it came out of absolutely nowhere, that I never would have expected in a million years. If you haven't seen it, Nintendo earlier today announced that Ufouria 2 is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Now you may be asking, John, why is that a big deal? Why is that worth literally coming to your office at the first possible moment to make a video about? And I'll tell you, Ufouria, if you don't know what that is a PAL exclusive game that was very expensive, very rare. They did not make a lot of copies of it. It is a Metroidvania for the NES. We did not get it in America. And it's pretty highly sought after. If you've never played it, it is super weird, super irreverent, and just a ton of fun. It's an absolutely great game, and one of my favorite ones on the Famicom. And by the way, the Famicom version is called Hebrique. If you're going to play a version of it, I would actually play that one. I think there's a translation patch on romhacking.net. And I would actually play that one because the PAL version, again, called Ufouria, has sprite swaps and that kind of thing, but also it runs at 50 hertz, so it actually runs a little slower. And the Japanese one runs at 60 hertz, and so it feels a little snappier and it's a little better to play in terms of play control and everything. But it's super weird, super crazy, and I don't know very many people that even know what it is. Even like super gamer people, like a lot of people just have never heard of Ufouria or Hebrique. Because it was a late stage NES game, just didn't really come out anywhere. I mean, in any great numbers anyway. So people just don't know what it is. So, of all the things that could have come out today, of all the announcements that Nintendo could have made, this announcement would have been at like dead bottom of my list. I had no idea that anybody even remembered this game still existed. That's crazy. It makes me wonder if in a couple weeks we're going to get like a Konami reboot of Yumi and Penguin Monogatari or something like that, which is another one you should check out if you've never checked it out. Super funny, super weird. But yeah, this is absolutely bonkers that they're going to make a new Ufouria game. And I think it's interesting too. They're calling it Ufouria, but they're actually using the sprites, or not the sprites, but the character designs from the Japanese version, which is Hebrique, because they redesigned a bunch of the stuff when they ported it to Europe. And maybe they're just using the Ufouria name because people know what that is, I guess. Maybe? Kind of? I don't know. Now, this is a much less produced video than I usually make. I actually already posted a video earlier this morning, my weekly video. But when I saw this, I decided to take the first moment that I had, run over to my office, and make a video about it. Because, dude, this is like... I am flabbergasted. Like, this is not, I would not have expected this. But I'm excited, if you can't tell. Ufouria is awesome. And it's coming out in a month. March 1st. March 1st, this game's coming out. It looks really sick, too. It's got that kind of material design that like Yoshi's Woolly World did. And it just looks really awesome. I'm just shocked that this is happening. And I wanted to make a video about it because I wanted to just talk about it. And I think it's pretty cool. So hopefully you guys check this one out. I think it's absolutely worth it. I would recommend playing the first one first if you like Famicom games, if you like Metroidvanias. I mean, it's simple by today's Metroidvania standards, but it's still really good and pretty funny and really clever. And actually, it's a series. There's actually more games in the series, although I think that's the only platformer, if I remember right, or at least it's the only Metroidvania-style platformer. But yeah, Hebrique is the name of the series, and it's absolutely worth checking out. So that's all I got. It's going to be, this is a real short video. Like I said, I already posted one today. If you want the more produced stuff that I usually do, that has me a little bit more composed and thinking about what I'm going to say beforehand, go watch that one. It will be linked in the description. But yeah, Ufouria 2. Didn't see that one coming. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. Thank you guys so much for just listening to me ramble, because that's what this one was. Anyways, have a good night. I'll see you guys next time.